Good morning, hello and welcome to Crafters TV. Welcome to Thursday. Yeah, Thursday already. This week is absolutely flying by and we have got another fantastic preview show of a brand new launch that you'll be seeing later on the day here at Crafters TV. But you guys that are regular viewers will know every day at 10 o'clock we like to try and be a little bit sneaky and get in early. So you guys that are watching early, you have the opportunity to pick up that brand new collection nice and early so you can sit back and relax and watch the rest of the day's shows, be inspired by all those demos, safe in the knowledge that you're getting your fantastic brand new product winging its way to you. I would like to think of this show a little bit as I've thought of a little new name we can call this. This is like the VIP hour for you VIPs only. It's not for the riffraff, just for the VIPs. This is the VIP hour. So the people that are watching now, you are what I'm going to call the VIPs. So if you want to get in early, if you want to get your brand new collection nice and early before everyone else is up, before everyone's even tuned in to Wake Up Call, let alone launch day, you can get in nice and early when it comes to this brand new collection. Now, I've alluded to a brand new collection, but you maybe sit there wondering, what new collection, Lily? And I say new collection, that's a little bit of a fib. It's two new collections, which is super, super exciting. I know this is one that many of you people at home have been very, very much looking forward to. It is our Little Adventure and our Sparkle and Sass collection. We will be showing you the boards. There's quite a few different options actually in terms of how you can purchase this collection. We've got the two collections, so your Sparkle and Sass and your Little Adventure as two separate entities if you want to go for either or. We will have a showstopper. Unfortunately, this showstopper is not live just yet. I've been begging all morning, believe you me. I've been told, I've been promised it's on its way. And also I have been told, you guys stateside, maybe hang on just a few minutes time because as soon as that showstopper is live, the showstopper itself, which will comprise both collections and a few extra goodies as well, will be tariff free. But if you want to go for the individual collections, by all means you can. Even if you just want to pick and choose, go for individual items, perhaps extras of the paper pad as well, absolutely you can do that over on the website. Shop the day. That began, shop the dough. A combination of shop the day and shop the show. Either or, shop the day or shop the show. Definitely not shop the dough. This is not pizza or anything like that. You can find that all over on the website. I will say a few hellos. I can see a few of you guys are commenting already. But before I say hello, we'd like to try and have a little bit of a question here on the shows this morning to get you guys chatting with us. So the other day, what day was it? Was it Tuesday? It was Tuesday. We were asking you, what have you just had for breakfast or what was your last meal? Today, now a very exciting day here in the UK, it's National Biscuit Day, which I believe should be a public holiday, but unfortunately it's not, which is why we're still in the building. But I want to go, from you guys at home, what is your favourite biscuit? Now, when it comes to biscuits, we're talking about sort of British biscuits, so not your sort of biscuits and gravy that I know you guys stateside have. So we're thinking, is it going to be a digestive, a bourbon, a custard cream? Whatever it's going to be, let us know what is your favourite biscuit. I'd love to hear. I'm going to ask Jamie. Jamie, I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. Oh, he's got his already. My favourite biscuit, I think, is going to have to be a chocolate digestive. Ideally, a dark chocolate digestive because they're a lovely dunker for tea. So that's going to be my favourite biscuit. Jamie Mayer, what's your favourite biscuit? Oh, now mine was very sort of quite traditional, shall we say. Jamie's he's gone up to the upper echelons with his biscuit and a Nutella biscuit, the ones that are filled. I've seen them, I've never tried one, but oh, apparently they're very good. Okay. Anybody else have them? Let me know. Favourite biscuit. Vote on the socials as well. If you want to let us know what your favourite biscuit is, then we'd love to hear. So that's our question for the morning. Favourite biscuit? Let me know. And also, do you like a cup of tea with your biscuits? Or are you a dunker? Let us know. We'd love to know. So we've got Lynn Harvey in saying, hi Lily, the amazing CTV team, the wonderful social superstar and everyone. I hope everyone is well and enjoying the day so far. We certainly are. It's bound to be a fun show. You know, when I'm on my own, there's quite often quite a few calamities, so we'll see what goes wrong on this show, but hopefully it'll be a good day. Evie Harley saying morning from Falkirk. We've got Erica Johnson in saying good morning from Central Florida. It's almost 5 a.m. My goodness me, that is very, very early. Rebecca Dancer's in saying hello Lily and the team. Sandra Rowe Johns is in saying morning from Portsmouth. There's a few names here that I've not read comments out from before, which is quite exciting. Thank you for joining us. Louise Burton's in saying hello everyone. Stephen Nicole saying good morning Lily, how are you? I'm over the moon. My team Chelsea won a cup last night. Well done. Not a Chelsea fan, as you will very well know, Stephen. Jamie Mayer is feeling even worse now because Jamie Mayer is a Tottenham fan. So, and he's saying though they won a bigger trophy. We, Sheffield United, we won no trophies. We won nothing. Yes, Saturday was a very tough day, shall we say. We will not speak any more of that though now. Ness Stewart saying, good morning Lily and team from a not so sunny Kirkcaldy. I might have said that wrong. I presume it's in Scotland. I do apologise. It was raining this morning. I feel a bit like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards, to be quite honest. It was horrible rain. It was windy, so my umbrella didn't want to stay up, and it was just not very pleasant out there. So hopefully the weather improves throughout the day. Christine Mahoney's in saying good early morning, everyone. I can imagine it probably is quite early for you, Christine. Awesome, the biscuits are coming in. This is exciting times. So we have got Rebecca Dancer, another posh one. Fox's chocolate coated cookie. Oh, very nice. Ooh. So I'm feeling my biscuits a little bit basic, but oldie but goldie is what I would be saying with that one. Oh, Anne on Facebook is saying, I like oatmeal raisin cookies the best. Are we going to allow cookies? Are they a biscuit? Well, okay, I've had it from Jamie in my ear. We're in agreement. We'll allow cookies. So we'll allow either a biscuit, British biscuit, or a cookie. So we will let you get away with that one, but just not your biscuits and gravy. That's the only rule in this little chat that we're having. Stephen Nicole on Facebook is saying, my favourite biscuits is custard cream and chocolate-filled biscuit. I dunk in my tea. Yes, that sounds very, very good. We like the sound of that. Lynn Harvey on Facebook is saying, I like hobnob biscuits, either the plain, which I do dunk in my tea, or the chocolate ones. Lynn Harvey, that's probably a close second for me. I do like those. They are very, very nice. Jamie's saying, have I ever made them myself? I haven't, no. Ooh, I might have to try that. That sounds good. Jane Byford on Facebook saying, good morning, Lily, from a sunny... Oh, you've got sun in Chelmsford. Oh, I'm jealous of you, Jane. I'm having a cup of tea and I wish I had my favourite biscuit, which is a chocolate hobnob. Another vote for the chocolate hobnob. Oh, enjoying watching you as always. Thank you, Jane. And yes, do you know what my dad always says about a cup of tea? He always says, in terms of biscuits, the drink is too wet without one. You've got to have a biscuit with your tea. It might just be an expression that my dad said, or it might be a Yorkshire saying. If anybody else has said that, let me know. It may very well be something that my dad's just made up, but who knows. But it's a motto I live by. Victoria the Crafting German on YouTube is saying, good morning, everyone. Favourite biscuit? Oh, another vote for the custard cream is probably a custard cream. Not a big fan of crunchy cookies or biscuits in general. I like the chewy soft ones, like a Jaffa cake. Now, I'm not going to get into the debate of is it a cake or a biscuit. If you want to have that as a biscuit, that's absolutely fine. It's in the aisle of biscuits in the shop, so we will allow Jaffa cakes. We'll allow that. Oh, Jamie's not agreeing. Jamie, I'll just mute you if you carry on with that sort of chat. It can be a biscuit. We'll allow that. Don't you worry. And Crafting Not Crafting by Hilary on YouTube is saying, hi everyone from Hilary and Holly. Collie, oh, good choice. Loving this one. My favourite biscuit is a shortbread. That's a luxury biscuit. I do like a shortbread. I wouldn't call it a dunker though. Yeah, Craig loves Craig quite often brings us shortbread, which is quite exciting. Hopefully he'll bring us some today. You never know. He makes it himself as well. It's good in the old kitchen, is our Craig. Right, we're all up to date with our biscuit chat. So I think it's time to show you guys the collection. So I'm going to start off by showing you the collections individual. There will be that option. No, the guys are just working on it at the moment, getting that showstopper live for you guys, especially for all of you stateside. So you will have that tariff-free bundle. It's coming, I promise you. I'm not sure whether it'll be in this show. I'm not sure whether it'll be in the later show, but the guys are on it. They've promised me. I pinned them down. I said, where's my showstopper? They said, it's coming, don't you worry. But you do have the option, especially you guys in the UK. If you want to go for your two separate collections, then absolutely you can be doing that. So I'll start off with our Sparkle and Sass. Now, if you want to go for your sort of typical sort of girly collection versus your more masculine little boy collection, this is the more of the girly of the two collections. So we'll start off with our Sparkle and Sass with our adorable little Daisy the Dragon. And I love the fact that whoever's created this collection, they've named all of the little characters that we've got in here. So this is Daisy the Dragon, absolutely adorable little stamp that you've got there. Also that matching outline die. So once you stamp your image, you can cut it out using that die. So no need to fussy cut with this fabulous stamp as well. Anybody that knows that I'm a fan of Shrek, this is very much reminding me of the dragon off Shrek. Anybody else see that? Yeah, Jamie's humouring me. Thank you, Jamie. Next of all, we have got our Ballerina Fairy. Absolutely beautiful stamp here. We will be featuring this one actually in our second demonstration, which is absolutely adorable. I think of bringing in all your sparkle pens to add a little bit of sparkle and shimmer to all of that beautiful design. Absolutely stunning, but once again, you get your stamp with your matching die, so no need to fussy cut. But of course, don't forget as well, you can just use these on panels or your die cuts. You don't always have to bring in that outline die. You can use them separately if you so choose. Next up, you've got your Let's Go Shopping. Super, super cool. Could be a little bit almost like 70s if you wanted to be with this one. Bring in those sort of colourways for that look and feel. Got that lovely stamp with all that detail And you get that matching die as well included as part of that one. Next up, you have your Betty the car. I love the fact, I don't know whose idea it was to call this Betty, but I think it's absolutely fabulous. You get all your different pieces there, and if I bring in the packaging, you can see on the packaging, when you start to glue all those pieces together, start to build them up, you get that sort of design with your fantastic die set there. 15 different dies to create your adorable little car. You've got all the different accessories. My favourite part of this collection is the fact that she's got eyelashes. I mean, it's an absolute must-have for a car like that. It's got to have eyelashes. So I love the fact that we've included that, so you don't even need to draw it on yourself. It's all being done for you, which is fabulous. Next up, we have our Missy the Monster. Now, this is a super, super fun die set because you've got lots and lots of different options when it comes to this die set. So the board there shows you all those separate pieces, all the individual dies. You are getting 19 individual dies as part of this one. And if I bring in the packaging here, you can start to really build your character. So you've got all the component parts, all your eyes, all your hair pieces, all those separate accessories as separate dies. So what that allows you to do is it allows you to start to build up these characters. So whether you're going to be positioning the arms in different ways, whether you're going to be having a different number of teeth on there, the eyes sort of looking in different directions, whether you're bringing in her little skirt or not, you've got all those different options, literally endless options in terms of how you can create your gorgeous little monsters, and they are super, super cute. Definitely not a scary monster, definitely a very kind, caring, quite humorous monster as well with that one. Now, next up we have possibly one of my favourites. I absolutely love this die set. It's just so, so super magical. Very, very much sort of storybook, sort of fairy tale sort of look and feel to this one. This one being our Fairyland Dream Castle. And you've got all those separate dies. You're getting 12 dies in total. You've got everything from the main body of your castle to your turrets, all those extra little pieces, even your little windows and some stars included. And if I bring in the die packaging here, you can see once you start to put all of those pieces together, layering up all those component parts, you can start to create that really magical sort of castle. You've even got the die that will cut out the curve for your grass as well. So literally everything is being thought of, even down to your stars and your clouds for the sky as well, which is absolutely incredible. And then finally we've got I love the fact these are called our Too Much Sass sentiments, and they are super, super fun with all these fantastic sentiment stamps. So you've got everything from You Make My Life Magical to Sassy Sins Forever, wow, to the best little monster. So all of these are sort of relevant to all of the dies, all the stamps that you've got in the collection. So it's really fun to be able to match up your sentiment stamps alongside the artwork that you've got in your collection. Now, alongside this, we do have a paper pad, and I don't know where the paper pad's gone, I'm not going to lie. The paper pad seems to have gone walkabouts, so unfortunately, oh, I tell a lie, I'm coming back. I might have to open this one, we'll see if it's open or not. But you do get this gorgeous paper pad, and I have to show you this because it is absolutely stunning. I'm going to cut it open. Don't tell anybody, especially not Debbie Robinson when she comes in later. She'll be saying, "Who's opened my paper pad?" Oh, Debbie's already in. Best speak a bit more quiet then, otherwise she'll know. Oh dear, but I just have to show you because it's not just a paper pad, it is a pearlescent paper pad. Now, this is stunning. So you are getting 12 designs, 2 of each, which is giving you 24 sheets in total. Absolutely stunning. If I just catch that in the light, it's not a really, really bold, shiny. It's more of a shimmering pearl. That's how I'm going to describe it, a shimmering pearl. There you go. So you've got your gorgeous ditzy florals in there. You've got your lovely polka dots as well. And these are all very sort of universal designs that are going to match with loads of other things you've got in your crafty stash. You've got things like your stripes. If you've got your Colour Your World collection, that would work perfectly alongside that paper pad as well. Your diagonal stripes on there as well. Your plaids, I know you guys at home absolutely love all those lovely florals. I'll show you this one the right way up with your lovely rainbows. Thinking that one would work quite nicely as well with elements you've got in our majestic unicorn or perhaps in your tiny treasures as well. Your lovely florals in there. All these gorgeous designs, all of them with that lovely slight pearlescent sheen on them included in this paper pad. 6 inch by 6 inch in size, 180 GSM. You're getting 12 different designs, 2 of each, giving you 24 sheets. And that is all you're getting in that fantastic Sparkle and Sass collection. So that's collection number 1. If you want to go for that one as a collection on its own, then by all means you can absolutely do that. Details are over on the website. I know that one is definitely live. I've been promised. Jamie is nodding away saying yes, it definitely is. If you want to go for that on its own, absolutely you can do that. You're going to get a saving by going for the collection as a whole as well. If you do want to pick and choose, perhaps you're going for that collection, you want an extra paper pad, let's be honest, that paper pad is gorgeous. Why would you not want another? By all means, you can go over onto the website and cherry pick exactly what you want from the collection. So that's collection number 1. Can't believe we've got 2 brand new launches today. That's pretty exciting. So we've done all the girly sort of pink and fluffy bits of the collection. It's time to bring more of a masculine collection, I think, for the little boys, which is super, super fun. I have to say, I love this collection. Now, I'll start off with this stamp and die. Now, not only do I love the artwork on this one, I absolutely love the name. I don't know who's named this Eric the Dinosaur, but quite frankly, pat on the back. Whoever's thought of calling him Eric is a fantastic idea. It just makes me giggle. Oh, guys, breaking news, this is exciting. So only 15 minutes into the web team have been working super, super hard behind the scenes. We're so grateful for them because they have made sure we have got the showstopper live on the website. So I'll continue showing this one collection, and then I'll let you know all of the other goodies that you're getting as part of the showstopper collection. And that will be, it will be tariff free. So if you're shopping stateside and you're a little bit concerned about the tariffs from the individual collections, if you're going for the showstopper, which encompasses both the collections and a few extra goodies, you will get that tariff free. But just to note, that's just on that main showstopper. So we'll continue with our little Eric the Dinosaur. Once again, stamp and die for that gorgeous little design. I mean, how cute is he? His little face is just absolutely adorable. His little teeth hanging out as well. Super, super cute. Then we move on to our digger fun. Now, this is a super, super clever die set here, because when you look at it first off, it looks very much like you are just getting a digger. But the reality with this one, you are getting the ability to create both a digger and a tractor. So if I bring in the die set itself here, what you're going to be doing, if you want to create a digger, you're going to be popping all those pieces together like you can see there. And we will show how to do that in the first demonstration. But if you take off that element there, so if you take off those 3 die cuts, it can be a tractor. So just by omitting where you can see that strip there and your little scoopy bit, technical term there, it's definitely called a scoopy bit, from the end of your digger, just omit those 2 and you can create a tractor with this one as well. So really fun to be able to have those 2 different options with that one die set. So that's your digger fun. And then we'll move on to your rocket now. This is our space traveller. If you want a little bit more inspiration with this one, I think it'll be going live a little bit later today, but over on our Crafters Companion YouTube channel, we have filmed a tutorial. We've actually created a little boinger with this rocket, so do check that one out if you want a little bit more inspiration with this die set. And once again, you've got all those component parts. You've got the main body of the rocket, even like the fire in 2 separate pieces that comes out at the bottom of the rocket there, your stars, your shooting stars, your piece of your window, all that included in that fantastic detailed die set there. Then next up we move on to almost like the companion where we had our Missy the Monster in our other die set. This one is Milo the Monster, and this is another fab die set in terms of having all those component parts. So if I bring in the packaging here, you can see 3 different, this is just 3 different ideas. Of course, there's many, many more if you start to bring in different elements and start to mix and match in different ways. You've got all those different component dice. You've got your balloons, you've got all your face and your teeth and your mouth as separate elements in die form, and all your feet and your arms as well, they're all separate. So if you want to change the position of those little monsters, you want one to have its arm up, perhaps it's going to be cheering, perhaps it's just scored a goal, perhaps it's Chelsea, perhaps it's Tottenham, perhaps it's not Sheffield United, who knows. You can do that using all of those different separate dice. We nearly scored twice. We thought we did score twice, but unfortunately we didn't. So I said I wouldn't talk about it again, so I won't. That's it. No more talk of football. We've seen the football die set, that's it. Right, let's move on to the sentiment stamp set. This is our super cool sentiments, and this is another really fun set of your sentiment stamp sets where you've got all those different fun sentiments. They're going to match perfectly with all those different artwork and designs that we have as part of the collection. So you have everything like have a super day. Raw means I love you in dinosaur. You've got cool dude, happy birthday, all sorts of different sentiment stamps included as part of this collection. You are in fact getting 15 different stamps there that you can really personalise and finish off those cards absolutely perfectly. Then finally, the piece de resistance as part of this collection is your fantastic paper pad. Similar to the one that you get in your Sparkle and Sass, you're getting your 24 sheets here, 12 designs, 2 of each, 180 GSM with that lovely slight pearlescent sheen onto there. So you can see that gorgeous design there. That's going to match perfectly with little Eric the dinosaur. It could almost be like his habitat there. You've got all those lovely more space themed designs, which of course has been designed to work perfectly with that rocket. This will be used in the first demo. Absolutely love this one. Super, super cool for all those digger and tractor cards. You've got things that you can be using for lots and lots of different cards, lots of different occasions, really sort of usable designs. Not all of them are particularly specific to the collection itself, so great in terms of using with lots of other goodies in your crafty stash. So that's included as part of the collection. So that's all of your fantastic little adventurer. Now, I have just had an update, and I hate to have to be able to tell you this. Unfortunately, the showstopper has just disappeared off the website. So I've been told behind the scenes they are working super, super hard to get it back. It is coming back, I do promise you, especially if you guys stateside, get my teeth in, you will be having a showstopper. We're just working at this. Unfortunately, what happened is there was a couple of items as part of the bundle that were out of stock. So I know the team are sort of scrambling around behind the scenes to make sure they can sort of replace those items with other items to make sure that you guys stateside can have a showstopper. It's really, really important that we can do that showstopper so we can make it tariff-free for you guys stateside. So that is coming. As soon as I have another update, I will let you guys know, because as soon as I have that update, I want to make sure that you can get on that website and make sure you've secured your collection. Now, that's the two collections. We will get into demo in a second, but I can see coming through on the chat, there's a little bit more Biscuit Chat. So let's have a little look who's telling us about their favourite biscuits. So if you have just joined us, we are asking, it is National Biscuit Day here in the UK, a very important day. So we need to know, you guys at home, what's your favourite biscuit? Or we'll allow favourite cookie, and we will also count Jaffa cakes. So cookie, biscuit, not an American biscuit, we won't allow those, or a Jaffa cake, let us know. So we've got Victoria the Crafting German on YouTube saying, looking forward to this collection. Lynn Harvey on Facebook is saying, I've been waiting for these collections, but waiting for the showstopper before I order. Promise you, Lynn, as soon as it's live, I will let you guys at home know. Catherine Gorton, oh, this is fancy. Actually, I've never tried them. M&S chocolate covered custard creams. I've seen them, but I've never, unfortunately, we don't have an M&S local to here. So I've never, ever tried them, but they sound absolutely amazing. Rebecca Dancer on Facebook, this set is my daughter's for a tea. She's a Saskia. Perfect. Sister P4 is saying, love both of the new paper pads. They are gorgeous, aren't they? Right. Do you know what, before I get into demo, I was desperate to show you some of these samples. So I will make sure I show you a couple of samples and then we'll get into demo. So I'll show you a couple from the Little Adventurer, then we'll show you a few from the Sparkling Sass. So we'll start off with the Little Adventurer. I mean, how cool is that? Just super, super cool. Using some of those papers that you get in that paper pad, your fab little monster alongside his football and his little bunch of balloons there. Sentiment stamps included as part of the collection as well. Super, super fun cards that you can be creating using this amazing collection. And then how about your Z-fold cards? I mean, how much fun is that? You open it out, you've got that almost like a crowd of monsters waiting there. You've got your rocket ship blasting off in the background. Those sentiments included, your paper pad included as well. Super, super fun card making using this fantastic collection. It's just such a joyous collection, really fun to play with, really fun to be coming up with all those different ideas using this collection. Then I'll show you a couple using our Sparkling Sass. We'll start off with almost like our companions, our girl monsters if you want. Of course, there's nothing stopping you from mixing and matching the girls and the boys from the two different collections, having them, perhaps it's going to be a card too, perhaps you've got boys and girls in the family, you're sending them a joint card, absolutely you can mix and match on that same card, but super, super fun, building up all those different monsters, but using the same die set, just sort of mixing and matching the way that those are being configured. It looks super, super cool. And then we've also got this gorgeous little car. I mean, how cute is that? With all its little eyelashes on there. You've got the acetate that's been added behind the windscreen there to give it a little bit more of a realistic sort of glass-like finish. And that gorgeous paper pad in the background is so fun. Absolutely love that one. And that's just a little bit of inspiration using both the collections just to show you a few ideas as to what you can be doing with these. But we'll start off with our Little Adventure. So I'll move our Sparkling Sass out the way just for now, and I'm going to grab our little Digger Fun die set from our Little Adventurer. So we'll start off with our Digger. So, and once again, this is a fresh new die. How exciting! So, let's hope I don't rip it too badly. Otherwise, once again, Debbie Robinson will be coming for me. Hopefully, she can't hear that. I think she might be out there. You know, I have to be careful. So we've got our Digger Fun die set in. You can see all the different component parts of our little tractor or digger. But in this instance, we're going to create a digger. So I'm going to start off with a piece of yellow cardstock. So just some yellow linen cardstock from one of our cardstock packs. What I'll do is I'll take that main body of the tractor or the digger, and then I'm going to take the crane, part of that crane there. We're going to need to cut two of those, so we will run that back through in just a moment. But we'll start off with those two pieces there. We'll take those two down just because we're going to be die cutting quite a few separate dies at once. We need to make sure that everything's nicely secured down so it doesn't move as it moves through that die cutting machine. Then we're going to cut our digger, that sort of scoopy bit, from our black cardstock. We're going to cut that largest of the circles also from our black cardstock. And then from this other set of circles, which will be our other wheel, we'll cut that largest one from black cardstock. So those three are going onto our black card, and we'll take them down. Now, I've just had a news flash in my ear. Is it definitely there? Okay, so Jamie is saying on his head being, no, I'm joking. He said it's you can see all this showstopper on all 3 sites should be live. So guys stateside, let me know if you can't see it. Drop me a comment and let me know if you can't find it. But we do believe that it is live. So have a little look on the website for your showstopper. Shop the dough. Oh, I've done it again. Shop the dough. What's wrong with me? My goodness me. Shop the day, shop the show. I'll try not to say both of them at the same time, and it might end a little bit better. But yeah, have a little look on the website. Jamie, do you know, does it say in the context, what are the extras you're getting? Sorry, he's desperately trying to direct a show here, and I'm throwing all these questions at him. Can you do this? Can you do that? What about that? I do apologise. He's doing his best. It does say tariff. It's definitely tariff-free. We know that. And it's definitely got the 2 collections in. I know you're getting a few extras. So you're getting your, oh lovely, you're getting your Centura Pearl Fresh White, which is your double-sided pack. You're getting a pack of Christmas Red Centura Pearl. Oh, you're getting your apron as well. Oh, yes. Your tea towel. Are you getting your magnets as well? Getting your magnets. I'll show you them in a minute. I've got a pack under here, actually. They're super, super cool. Anything else? There's one other thing, but we don't quite know what it is. It's a mystery item is what we'll call it. Do you know what, before we get that out of the packet, I'll just, because I'm quite excited about these magnets. Let me show you the magnets, what we've done with them. They're here, right. Have a look at these. How cool are these? So you've got a pack of your magnets here. So you get your If Only Crafting Burn Calories, and these are all magnets. So you can stick them on your fridge or anything that you usually stick your magnets onto. I'm a crafter. What's your superpower? Which is really, really cool. They're all different, yeah. Do you know what? They're almost a bit like trading cards. If you want to trade them, of course, you can do that. This kitchen runs on coffee and crafting. So you're getting your magnets included as well, which is super, super cool. Right, back on with the demo. I'm getting distracted and getting excited about your magnets. But yes, that is live over on the website. So now is the time to shop for that showstopper. Even before they go live on Wake Up Call, you can be safe in the knowledge that you've got yours winging its way to you, which is pretty cool. Yep, it's like we always say, early bird catches the worm. Get in early. It's what all the savvy shoppers do in our VIP hour. I'm going to start calling it this, I'm going to start calling it the VIP hour until anybody tells me to do any different. But yeah, you guys watching at home, you're all the VIPs. Yeah, all the VIPs come in at 10 o'clock, get their collection. Everyone else is panicking come midday, come 2 o'clock when it officially launches. But you guys at home, all the VIPs, you sat back in the knowledge that you've got yours safe. You can enjoy the demos, be inspired, ready for when your collection arrives at home. Right, so we'll just go around and start popping all these pieces out. In terms of your tractor or your digger, if you're doing your digger, the only bit that you have to die cut twice is your little rectangular die there. So I'll just pop all the pieces out, and then what I'll do is I'll grab some more of that yellow card, and I'm just going to run that back through with a little rectangular die. And that's the only item that we actually need to die cut twice, because your wheels are slightly different sizes. You only need to die cut them once, which is fabulous. Oh, yes, I'm having, there's a load more comments just come through. Michael, I can't keep up. We've got Laurie on YouTube saying, love these new launches, so cute. Lisa is saying, good morning, Lily and all. What a fun stamp sets this morning. They are good, aren't they? I do love them, I have to say. Lynn Harvey, a huge shout out to the DT for all the amazing samples. They are amazing as per usual. We've got Leslie saying, about the showstopper. Good morning, Lily and CC team. Got my showstopper. Excellent value. Can't wait to play with this one. You'll love it. It's definitely one of those collections that you have like a proper play with, if that makes sense. Lynn Harvey, she's checked out her showstopper, so they are definitely live. Thank goodness for that. Big thank you for the web team. I know they've been working super, super hard after I berated them a little bit this morning. I was desperate to get it live in time for the show, so I'm just delighted that we've got it live over on the website in time for you guys to check out, even before Craig and Debbie come in later on for Wake Up Call. Now, I'm going to move all these out of the way. Pop my dies back into my packaging just to make sure everything's nice and safe on there. You could of course be storing these if you've got magnetic sheets at home. I know a lot of you guys at home love to store your dies on your magnetic sheets in your folders. Then absolutely great sort of storage system when it comes to your dies. So we'll just pop all these pieces back into our packaging. This show is absolutely flying by. I can't believe we're halfway through. Absolute craziness how quickly these hours go. We always say it though, 2 hours goes quickly enough, let alone 1 hour. 1 hour really does fly by in pretty much the blink of the eye, really. So we've got all of our pieces there for our or digger. Now I'm not going to stick this down just because to save on a little bit of time, but I will show you the sort of arrangement in terms of sticking it down. So your larger wheel is going to go onto the back there, like so. And what I'd be doing is I'd just be using the picture you've got on your packaging. It's a great sort of indication as to how to stick everything together. I'd literally just be following that and starting to stick everything together. So you've got your 3 components of your wheels that you'll be sticking together. And I'd definitely be using my tacky glue, and it's fine tip glue applicator. It's a great one for something like this to help you stick everything down. You've got your little, I don't really know what that's called. Is it an exhaust pipe? It might be, I'm not sure. I have to say, I'm not a tractor expert, believe it or not, or a digger expert, so whatever that might be, that goes onto there. You've got your little scoopy bit on the back there, technical term as ever, that you can be positioning in every sort of direction you like. You've got your little scoop that goes on the end, and then that little piece there is just going to go on the front of the tractor or digger, just like so. And then once you've stuck them all together, you're going to end up with something that looks a little bit like that. So how cool is that? And it's super, super fun. I love like little dies like that when you've got all the component pieces. It's really fun to start to stick these together and start to build your little tractor up. So there's our little tractor, but it needs a little background to go onto. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of white card and I've cut our white card down to about 4 1/4 inch square. And I've just grabbed a strip of that absolutely fabulous pattern paper from that printed paper pad. And that's going to be the ground. So that's going to be at the bottom of this piece here. And our little digger is going to be sort of driving along the ground there. But for our sky, we need a little bit more colour onto the sky there rather than having it plain white. So what I've done is I've taken my absolute favourite stencil that's ever walked this earth, because it is absolutely fantastic. I use it literally every day. Now this came in the A Year of Craft number 6 box. And what I do with this one is, because you've got all separate sort of clouds, and what I tend to use is just this edge here. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of masking tape and I've just taped off those clouds on the reverse. So what that will mean is if I do sort of go past that area, I'm not going to accidentally ink through those smaller clouds. I'm literally just going to be inking this top bit, this top edge here. And all I'll do is I'll just take my waterfall duet ink pad. If you're using your water reactives, you could be using your ocean blue. That would work quite nicely as well. And you can go around and just start to blend in a circular motion just until you get to that edge of the clouds there. And that's going to start to give us a nice little skyline. So we'll ink the first one. Then all you'll do is just move that down a little bit. It's kind of up to you how close or near you want your next layer down to be. But we're just going to start to ink, so I'm applying more ink closer to the stencil itself, and as I get towards that top line of clouds, that line above, we're just going to sort of tail off a little bit so it's a little bit lighter. You can see how that starts to build up your cloud effect. Such an effective technique, but super, super easy. Now if you don't have a cloud stencil like this one, all you can do is you can literally just take a piece of card and you can cut it in that sort of cloud sort of wave edge by hand, or if you have a cloud die that's a die cut that's a similar shape to this, then there's nothing stopping you from die cutting to create your own stencils. But if you do have any of our cloud stencils, I know we've brought out a few over the years. I think there was one in Colour Your World as well. So if you've got any of our cloud stencils, they'll do the job nicely. But how effective is this? But just so easy, so fun to do, and it's going to make a massive difference to the background of our card. So just continuing. As always, when it comes to our inking, working in those circular motions to give us that lovely, smooth lay down of colour onto our background there, and just fading that upwards. Just check with my base if I added enough. There we go. That will do it. And I'm just going to finish off just by inking the edges. I seem to have inked that middle nail more than I have anything else. But hey ho, we're all part of the inky fun, isn't it? We'll move out the way. I'll see if I've got any wipes down here. What I do, it's a bonus. We'll grab a little wet wipe just to wipe off my surface here, just so that we don't end up getting blue ink over absolutely everything, like I did with that demo with the ombre ink pads a little while ago, which I'm still a little bit mortified over, but we'll try not to make a repeat of that one. And just to make sure, just to dry it off, I'm just going to grab a bit of kitchen towel here just to dry off the surface here. Right, so that's our background created. What we'll do now is we'll just take our tape pen. Hopefully this time I've taken the non-dud one. Oh, that didn't sound good, did it? Has somebody sabotaged my tape pens once again? Oh no. That's not a good sound. Right, let's swap it out. Oh no. Oh no. This is all ending badly, isn't it? Let's see if this one works. Well, yeah, Jamie just said we can't have a 1 hour smooth show. Well, never with me, can we? I've said shop the dough about 3 times in this show. One of the days I'll manage to be able to say it right. So what we'll do is we'll just take this piece, and it's being cut to exactly the same width as our piece that we've just done our cloud mask on too. We'll just line it up against the bottom, and that gives us our ground and our sky onto our background. Now we'll take a couple of mats and layers here. So I've got some of our black cardstock, which is an absolute must-have for me. I use it an awful lot in my crafting. It's probably my second most used cardstock actually after my white cardstock. So I use an awful lot of both black and white card, and we'll just add that onto a nice thin layer of that black, probably about 1/8 of an inch border. And then we've taken that exact same yellow that we've used for cutting out the digger, and then we'll mat this onto the yellow just to finish that off and frame it really nicely. So that will just go into the centre of there. If you want a little bit more wiggle room, then by all means go in with your all-purpose just to give you that little bit of manoeuvrability. But that's our topper all built up. And then for our card base, we're actually going to create a gatefold card, which is a card style I don't create an awful lot, I have to say, but I have quite enjoyed making this sort of style of card. And it's 6 inch by 6.5. And all you do is you just score, so I've scored at 3 inches from the left and then 3 inches from the right hand side, which gives us that lovely gatefold sort of design. I've got a lovely pattern paper from that paper pad, and what I've done is I've taken some of our black card once again and the yellow card, and I've just worked in exactly the same way as I did for matting and layering my topper, just so that everything is going to match together nicely. And we've got a matting layer that's going to go onto the inside, and then a couple for the outside of our card. So the outside and the inside are going to be matching together perfectly. So we'll pop that one into the inside of our card. And then for the front there, we've got exactly the same in terms of those smaller mats and layers, just to get everything matching together nicely. So we'll add some of our tape pen onto the back. And then we've got one for each side of here. So we'll just stick that down. Give that a nice little burnish with your tape pen. It just needs just a little bit of heat and pressure just to get that glue to stick, which does mean there's a little bit of a bonus. If you do stick it a little bit skew whiff to start with, and you need to sort of manoeuvre it around a little bit, until you've applied that little bit of pressure, that little bit of heat, you do have a little bit of grace in terms of being able to lift that up and re-stick it down. So that's our card base laid up with that lovely gatefold design. We'll now bring in our topper that we've just created using that stencil background, and we'll bring in, of course, it would not be one of my cards without any foam pads, so we'll bring in some of our foam pads. I have to say I can't find the foam tape, so we'll be using the long foam pads today, but they'll still do the job nicely. We'll pop a couple of those onto that side there, and then I'll just add another one just onto the card base. The key thing with this is we just want to stick one side down. If we stick both sides down, then what we'll do is we'll end up sort of gluing the card shut, if that makes sense, which we absolutely don't want to do. So just a few onto that left hand side there. Of course you could stick the right hand side down, totally up to you. As long as you only stick one side down, then you will be good to go. So we'll pop that onto there, just like so. You can see you've still got that lovely gatefold sort of folding element. We'll bring in our little digger now. That will just go onto the centre of there. Now, I've only got large foam pads. Let me just grab hopefully a smaller foam pad. See, they all seem to be large foam pads today. Usually the other way around, you can only find the small ones. Oh, it's never the way around it needs to be, as they always seem to complain about. So let's just chop into some of those, and we can just add some of the larger ones to the wheels there. And this will just get it standing proud, standing nice and 3D off the background there, just to give it a little bit of lift and make it stand out from the background, which is what it's all about. At the end of the day, this is our focal point of the card, so we want it nice and 3D onto our card. So we'll just pop, just making sure that that's going to be supporting the, I was going to call it the arm of the digger. I'm not sure it's the technical term is an arm, but we'll go with that. The arm of the digger, otherwise it's sort of risking that it might not be nice and stable onto our card base. So we just peel off the backing now of our foam pads. Tell you what I'll do, I'll pop a little foam pad just on that top section there, so I'll cut it really nice and narrow, just so that it's going to support that element there. There we go. And then we can just stick that onto our card base. We're going to have him sort of driving along the ground, something like that, I think. Making sure that's nice and straight and level. There we go. Then just to finish it off, all we've got here is we've got one of our little sentiments. So we've taken that lovely stamp set from that collection there. We stamped out the happy birthday, and we've done those same mats and layers. So that's just going to go onto that right hand side, I think. So we'll add a foam pad onto the reverse of there. Ooh. And then that's just going to finish off our card nicely. Quite a simple card in design, just a few mats and layers really, a little bit of inking, a little bit of building those layers up, but a really fun one to create. I love the fact that with your tractor or your digger, you've got both of those options, and it's really, really fun to start to bring in all those different little scraps of cardstock you have, die cutting them all, start to build them together, and you can create something pretty cool like that, and it does still stand unaided as well, with it being a gatefold card. So that's your first little bit of inspiration using that fabulous collection. We'll sort of switch gears a little bit in a few moments time. I've got one final demo, and this time we'll do it with a sparkling Sass, so you can sort of see the two sides of the collection if you like. So before I do that, I'll have a brief little tidy away. And I will read a couple of comments before I get started. I can see a few of you are saying hello. Hopefully letting me know what your favourite biscuit is, because that's what I want to know. As you guys know, I'm very nosy, especially when it comes to biscuits. So I would love to know. Oh, apparently George is in the gallery. George, he's been asked, what's your favourite biscuit? There's a lot of votes for chocolate hobnob. I think that's the third one. Chocolate hobnob. Good choice. Good choice. Strong choice there. Oh dear, I've ripped the packaging. I can see Debbie sat out there as well. She's probably thinking, oh dear, I've got Lily Clancy Jane once again ripping the packaging. I do apologise. Oh dear. Don't look too close at that. We'll fold that over. No one will know. Right, back to the comments. Who have we got? We have got Harold Duncan on Facebook saying, happy bunny, got mine all ordered, and also added in another set of Gemini plates. And Carol Duncan's also saying, I love this collection. It's fabulous, I have to say, and I love the fact you've got the two sort of opposite ends, if you like, of the collection. Right, we've got, my goodness me, 20 minutes. This show's absolutely flown by. I'm going to have to get a bit of a wriggle on here and stop talking so much. But as somebody once described me as, I could talk a glass eye to sleep. So there you go, make of that what you will. So we're going to start off with that gorgeous little barrel. Oh no, Lily, get your teeth in. Ballerina Fairy. Jamie's just said it's early. Jamie, it's nearly 11 o'clock. I don't know what my excuse is. He's trying to help me. Unfortunately, I think I'm beyond help at this point. Ballerina Fairy, there you go. I shan't say it again. I've managed to master it, that's it. Right, so what we're doing is we've stamped that gorgeous design onto some of our nice smooth cardstock using our alcohol-proof ink pad. And now when it comes to stamps and dies, something we get asked time and time again, and this is, of course, this is the way that I find easiest. I know everyone's different. If you ask the Debbies or Craig, they might do things in a slightly different way, but the way that I find easiest is I'll stamp first, then I'll die cut, then I'll colour. It's nice and easy once you've got a sort of almost like an aperture die, if that makes sense, with a die like this. So it's just the outline die, so it's nice and easy to see all of that stamp design into the centre. And all we'll do is we'll just take our low tack tape and we'll place a piece on the top and on the bottom of our stamped image. Now the key is when it comes to taping anything, whether it's a stamp you're die cutting, whether it's just a piece of cardstock, the key is to try and make sure with your low tack tape that you stick it onto the waist as much as possible. So I'm trying to avoid that inner section where we've got the stamp design, and I'm trying to tape on the outside onto the waist as much as possible. Once I'm happy that I've got enough low tack tape onto there, all we'll do is we'll just run that through our die cutting machine. Now in terms of die cutting machines, all of your stamps and dies, they'll all fit through your mini. So you've got your smallest of the small machines, they'll all fit through there absolutely perfectly, which means you can also use your Go, if you've got your MIDI, your Mini, or all the way up to Gemini 2 and your Gemini Pro as well. They'll work through all of those machines, which is fabulous. So we've got our little gorgeous little fairy here. We've just die cut out. You can see there you get that perfect border all around the edge there alongside that gorgeous stamp design. So it's giving that lovely, really professional look and feel, but very quickly and very easily. So that's our gorgeous die cut ready to be coloured. So at this point we'll do a little bit of colouring. We've got a little bit of time to show you a little bit of colouring. Obviously I'm not going to be colouring the full image. So what I'll do before I start, as always, just going to grab a piece of scrap paper or scrap cardstock just to have underneath the image that we're colouring here, just to protect our surface. And also what can happen is if you've got something that is non-porous underneath, what can happen is the ink can pool on there and it can actually be sucked back up by your cardstock, which is definitely not what you want. So something like that underneath is the best solution. So we'll start off with, I'll tell you what I'll start off with. We'll start off with a dress. We can show you colouring some of these lovely folds. So we'll bring in our pale pink blend. Now in terms of the pale pink colour family, you've got your pale pink blend and your pale pink shades. Now your pale pink shades is a little bit darker, so these are 3 darker shades compared to your blend, which is your 3 lighter shades. So I always start off when I'm doing my colouring with my alcohol pens, I always work from lightest to darkest. So we're starting off with our lightest of your pale pinks. And we're just going, I'm not actually going to colour all the way up to the edges of that dress. So I'm going to leave a little bit of white at the edges, just almost like that colour is fading out to white to give us that lovely sort of blend as we move down. And with your stamped image, you can see there you've got almost like the clues with the lines on there. So where you've got those lines, that's where you've got the folds in the dress where it's going to be a little bit darker. So we're going to add those darker colour tones along those lines that you've got on that stamped image. So it's giving you all those clues. You don't need to be sort of a master colourer to be able to get lovely results using this stamp. It's nice and easy just to follow those lines just like so. And we're just working up the colourways. If you find that there's quite a colour differential between two of the shades, you can always go back down to that shade that you've just coloured and start to sort of blend over that join and bridge that gap a little bit more if you feel like you need to. But we're just going in, just adding in those folds, those pleats to the dress. And now we've used up those three colours there, we'll move on to our pale pink shades just to bring in a little bit more depth, a bit more dimension. So once again, starting off with the lightest of those three colours within this one pen. And we're just flicking downwards so we can start to bring in that shade there. You can see very easy, very quickly, you've started to fill out those folds. Nothing particularly advanced or particularly technical in terms of this colouring, but just a nice little bit of shading to start to really bring this together. I don't know if you guys can hear that on the live. It's a factory around the corner. Every Thursday morning they have like an alarm. It sounds like a siren that tests their alarm system, and we can hear it in the office, so don't be alarmed. I have to say, at my old flat, I used to be able to hear it all the way up there, which is about 2 miles up the road from here. I don't think I can hear it at my new house, but yeah, it's very, very loud, and the sound really, really travels. So I don't know if anyone can hear that, but it's just almost like a fire alarm test that they do every week, always exactly the same time. Has been for the last nearly 4 years that I've been here, and probably much longer before that as well. So don't worry, do not be alarmed. They're just testing their alarm system. You might not be able to hear it, I'm not sure. But there we go. Right, we'll start off now with the bodice of the dress there. So same sort of idea, starting off with that lightest of the three colour tones, working up to the darkest, and then once we've used those three colours within that blend pen, we'll move up to the shades pen, which is our darker colour tones. You can see how that really starts to bring that dimension, starts to bring that shade in to life, just like so. And then what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of colouring for the hair. We've got a little bit more time, so we'll show you how you'd colour the hair. Now, a colour combination that I quite like to use. Now, I know we talk about using colours from the same colour family. However, you can be mixing and matching. This is something I do quite often. You can be mixing and matching your different colour families. Now, the muted brown blend and the gold brown shades work together quite nicely. So what we'll do is we'll add most of the colour using the muted brown blend, and we'll add a little bit of your gold brown shades to bring out the colour. Now, I'm laughing because I've just seen the comment that Rachel sent through. Apparently, you guys at home, you can hear the alarm. It's the tea time alarm. Yeah, that alarm means you need to get yourself a cup of tea and a few biscuits and check out the showstopper. There you go. I tell you, strangely, the name, just looking at the name of this pen muted brown blend, it's just made me think of a malted milk. Are those still kicking about? I do like a chocolate malted milk. Oh yeah, have you never had a chocolate malted milk, Jamie? Oh, they're very nice. Very nice, yeah. Nobody said them as their favourites, I have to say, unfortunately. But so Amanda Hoven on YouTube is saying, just while I'm colouring, I'll try and be best to multitask. Amanda's saying, Lily, I absolutely love these dies. After buying all the showstoppers this week, wow, I cannot afford the complete set, but we're definitely buying the sassy bits. Yeah, that's what we were desperate to do. We were desperate to make sure we got options, so we needed to make sure we got a bundle for you guys stateside that we could make sure it was tariff-free. We wanted to give you the option if you just wanted one collection, if you just wanted individuals. So there's lots and lots of different choices over on the website. So whatever works best for you, best for your crafting, best for your budget. I know it's been quite a pricey week, shall we say, with all the new launches for a lot of you guys at home. But whatever works best for you, hopefully we've got an option that will fit your needs over on the website. So in terms of, another comment from Amanda. Amanda, we agree. The first time you hear the siren, it's quite alarming. It does sound like a World War II siren. I have to agree. Don't worry, it's definitely not. It's definitely just a factory testing its alarm system, but it's very, very loud, I have to say. So working up the shades with our muted brown blend, going from that lightest to the mid-tone. Now we're in the darkest, and it's going to give us that nice shade, but just to sort of increase the shade and make it have a little bit more contrast in terms of the colourways, what we'll do is we'll switch up to our gold brown shades, And we'll start off with the lightest, and this is just for the really darkest parts of the colour in here. We're not going to use all 3 pens within this one blend here, just to add those really dark areas of shade, just add a little bit more sort of depth and drama, if you like, to our colouring. So we'll go in with that mid-tone now, just to add a little bit more depth. And if you want to, you can always go back to your darkest colour in the muted brown blend and start to pull out that colour a little bit more if you need to. You can see here just starting to blend that out, and then we'll go back to our darkest of the muted brown blend just to pull that colour through a little bit more. You can see how you've started to add a little bit more dimension, a little bit more depth, just by bringing in a different colour family. Of course, it won't work for all colour families. If they're really, really different in terms of tone, then it will not work as well. But if they are quite similar in terms of their colour tone, then by all means, you can absolutely be mixing and matching your different colour families to get some lovely shading onto your colour in there. Now, we will leave it there. I've heard in my ear we have got about 10 minutes left, so I am conscious of time. So I will sort of bring in one that we've already done. So fast forward, just imagine I've coloured all this. So what we've gone ahead and done is we've used the same colours. We've used our pale pink blend and our pale pink shades for the dress, the wings and the shoes, the flower. And then in terms of the skin, we've used Fair Skin Blend. This is all with our tri-blends, by the way. And we have used, for our hair on this one, I've used the gold brown blend and the gold brown shades. So all tri-blends stamped with our alcohol proof ink pad, and it gives you something like that. Sister P4 on YouTube, I've just seen your question come through, what the markers being used to colour. They are our tri-blends, so the black barrel are your sort of regular bullet nib tri-blends. They are alcohol-based markers, fabulous quality, and what they are, if you've never seen them before, is 3 different shades with the one same colour family. So this is all the gold brown blends. Same colour family, 3 different shades of your light, your medium and your dark, giving you that ability to get those really easy blends just using the one pen. So that is our fabulous tri-blends that we've been using. Now, in terms of building this into a card, what we've done is we've taken that same die once again, but instead of stamping it this time, we've literally just cut out that outline die, and we've used some of the pearl cardstock from the Cosmic collection. And I found some of the tones within that Cosmic collection, 12 by 12 inch pearl pad, work really quite nicely with some of the colours in these paper pads. So if you've got that in your stash, then definitely be digging that one out when it comes to this fabulous collection. So we'll just drop shadow that just so we've got a little bit more contrast, and she's going to sort of stand out a little bit more with that slight pink border around the edge there. Then we've got a couple of die cut ovals here, so I've just taken some of my oval nesting dies. We've just die cut a smaller one from some of our white cardstock and a slightly larger one from some of that lovely pink pearl cardstock. That'll be our topper that we can stick our little Ballerina Fairy onto, just like so. But we'll move those to one side for just a moment while we start to build up our card base. And it comes to our card base, I've done a sort of a fold back style of card. So you can see got that lovely fold back element, very easy to create. All you need to do, score it half, and then on that left hand side you're just going to score it half again, so it gives you that sort of double fold onto there. What I've done is I've taken that lovely floral pattern paper from the paper pad, and we're just going to mat and layer that onto a piece of that gorgeous pink pearl card. So we'll just turn that round and we'll go with our tape pen. Now, the thing to bear in mind with these paper pads is they are double-sided pearl. So even on the reverse, even though the reverse isn't printed, it does still have that pearlescent sheen. So in terms of glues, we'd say if you're using a wet glue, go for your tacky glue. Your finger lift tape will work, your double-sided tape, pens as well will work. But if you are using a wet glue, then we would say to go for your tacky rather than your all-purpose. Just with it being a coated cardstock, then obviously in this instance as well, we are sticking coated to coated with us mat and layer onto another pearl card. So just think to bear in mind to make sure that your makes are nice and sturdy and going to be stuck nice and strong. So that's just going to sit onto the inside. Then we've got a couple of matching mats and layers to go onto those front 2 sections, just to give that nice little bit of extra interest and extra detail. I always think it's quite nice if you can add another mat and layer just onto that piece there, just to make it have that lovely, really professional finish where all the surfaces are sort of matted and layered and looking really professional. So that one will just go onto there. And then we've got exactly the same sort of idea, same mats and layers, same pattern paper going onto that front section. So everything is going to tie together really nicely. So I'll just go onto that front section, just like so. We'll fold that back down, and then we'll bring in our little die cut oval topper here. And same sort of idea in terms of we had with our gatefold card. We want to make sure we just glue in on that left hand side. If we add any adhesive onto that right hand side, all we'll do is we'll just stick the card together, which is definitely not what we want. So we'll come in with our foam pads once again. I'll cut down my nice big foam pads, and we'll just make sure that we're gluing just on that left hand side. So I'll turn that over, and then I'll pop a couple of pieces onto that left hand side, and then I'll place another piece just onto the card base itself, just to make sure we're definitely not going to overlap that fold. What you can be doing, of course, is you can be turning your topper over, adding a little bit of a pencil mark onto the back, and then sort of adding your adhesive up to that mark and not past that mark. But just for speed, we'll do it this way around. It will still work just as well, and that will just go into the centre like so. Oh, Michelle House is saying that paper is gorgeous. Isn't it lovely? Absolutely stunning. Those florals are beautiful. You've almost got a very slight wood grain sort of texture in the background as well. Really stunning paper, and with that pearlescent sheen as well, it just makes it that little bit more special. Now we'll come in with our foam pads just onto the back of our little Ballerina Fairy here. So we'll go in with our foam just onto the reverse, just making sure that's not going to be overlapping there. I will probably be adding a few more foam pads if I had a little bit more time, but just because I'm very conscious that we've got only 5 minutes left, which is amazing. It's flown by so quickly. So that's just going to go onto the centre there. We've got a few little sort of embellishments. So I've taken some more of that lovely paper pad, and I've cut out some of that almost like gingham sort of design from that paper pad, and we've just trim the edge into a diagonal, so it's a little bit like a banner or a little flag at the bottom, and we'll just add a couple of those onto that top left hand side of the card there, just like so. And then we've got a couple of sentiments here, so we'll go in with our dance it out and our glitter bows and pointed toes onto both sides of the card. I quite like to create cards with sort of a double sentiment, if you like. I think it gives you quite a nice style to the card. So that will go onto that top right hand side, making sure it's not too wonky. There we go. And then we'll have another one onto, just have to trim the edge of that foam pad there, and that will just balance on that bottom left hand corner of our card, just to get that sort of nice diagonal, so it's drawing your eye into the centre of the card. So we'll just peel that backing off, and that will go onto that bottom left hand corner. Then just finish it off, because we've got detail in those 3 corners, and that sort of corner is looking a little bit empty. All I've done is I've just taken one of those papers. It's that gorgeous one with the all over pattern with the hearts in the background. I've literally just fussy cut a couple of those out. Really quick and easy to do, to create your own embellishments, just to finish it off. So just going to add a little bit of our foam pads to the back of these, just to get them nicely standing proud from the background. Then all I did is I actually matted and layered them onto a piece of white cardstock, and then just literally cut around the edge in a slight border, just to make them stand out that little bit more. So we'll take our pair of hearts there, we'll position one, we'll go at a slight sort of quirky angle there, just to get that nice sort of fun finish. And then that will finish that off nicely. Nice and simple to put together. Nice little bit of colouring using those gorgeous stamps, but you can see there how cool that is, creating your fold back style cards using that fantastic collection. So we brought in our sentiment stamps, we brought in our little Ballerina Fairy and the paper pad as well. Very easy to put together, but so much fun. Absolutely love these 2 collections. So as part of the show this morning, in an hour, we've created 2 cards, and there'll be so much more inspiration coming out throughout the rest of the day with Debbie as well. So lots more for you to get inspired by. But once from sort of each collection, so you've got your little adventure that we created first, and our little sparkle and sass as well. So just a couple of little ideas in terms of what you can do with this collection. Now, I think we're up to date in terms of comments, so I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll quickly, one last time, we're not going very long, so I'm going to have to be quick with this one. Well, quick recap of what you're getting as part of the 2 collections. Now, a little reminder, you can get the 2 collections separately. You can, of course, get all the individuals separately as well, especially if you're shopping stateside. I would say my top tip would be to go for the showstopper. The showstopper is tariff-free. The individual bundles aren't. It's just a showstopper. But if you are shopping for that showstopper, it is tariff-free, so check that out over on the website. So we'll start off with our little adventure. So first of all, we've got our little dinosaur here. So you've got that gorgeous stamp and die set as part of your Eric the Dinosaur. Gorgeous outline die that allows you to cut out that stamp very quickly and easily. Then we move on to our digger fun, where you can be creating your tractor or your digger. That choice is yours. You've got your space traveller, allowing you to create that gorgeous little rocket design. You've got your Milo the monster with all those different options as to how you can build your little monster into whatever sort of character that you want to create. And then finally, you've got your super cool sentiments with all those really fun sentiment stamps that are going to work perfectly with all the other elements you've got in the collection. Then finally, last but by no means least, you've got your fabulous 24 sheet 6x6 paper pad here, which has got all those gorgeous pearlescent designs as part of that fabulous paper pad. Absolutely love that one. So that's your first collection, which is your little adventurer. Of course, you can go for that on its own. I'm going to have to speed up. I've got 1 minute. Come on, Lily, talk a little bit quicker. You've got your Ballerina Fairy included there, stamp and die set with that one. Stamp and die set once again with your Daisy the Dragon. Next up, you have your Let's Go Shopping, which is that gorgeous stamp and die set that you can see there. Then you've got your Betty the Car. We love that one. We love the name of that one. All those component dies to build up your very own gorgeous little car. You've got Missy the Monster, same sort of idea as your Milo, where you can start to build those characters using all those different component dies. You've got your Fairyland Dream Castle, allowing you to build that gorgeous, really romantic castle there with all those component pieces. Too Much Sass sentiments, all those clear sentiment stamp sets, and then finally, once again, you're getting your 24 sheet gorgeous paper pad here with that lovely pearlescent sheen that you can see on all those designs. That is your fantastic Sparkling Sass. You've got the option of either your Sparkling Sass, either your little adventure, or both, or individual set choice is yours. It's all over on the website. Oh, blimey me, that was a quick end to the show. What a fabulous show it's been, though. Thank you so much to everyone who's been here joining me this morning. It's been fabulous. Wake up call in an hour. I'll be back. I sound like Arnie then, didn't I? I'll be back all day tomorrow, all day, yes, all day. I hope you can join me. It's going to be a fabulous day. But join Craig and Debbie here in 1 hour for a fantastic wake-up call. They'll see you then.